What's happening, Hoodlum Gang? Welcome back to my channel. This your boy Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big old end, and I'm back at y'all with another video. But before we get started, you already know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you want to become a part of the Hoodlum Gang. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video as well as other videos, and go on over to IG and follow me at Hoodie from the Hood. I repeat, at Hoodie from the Hood. Now, today's story is going to be a little different. You know, I kind of been thinking about switching up the content a little bit. You know, it's still going to be some of the stuff that I've been giving y'all, like the story I gave y'all yesterday. And the reason why I told that story, like I said, was just to let people know that is real. You know, people feel offended when they feel other people are perpetrating, you know, and that's what we do. You know, we press niggas in real life, not just on YouTube, not from the comfort of our balcony or our couch. You know, that's what happens in real life. You know, we call out fraudulent behavior. People could do that, but they ain't never did it in real life. They can't tell you no stories of them doing that in real life, because that's not what they do. But they get on this internet and tell you anything. But anyways, like I said, switching up the content a little bit. So this is a story of it went from a good night to a bad night, pretty much, as you can see from the title. So this story takes place in 2012, February 11th. For those who know, they know that's also a hood day, 211 day. That's the clique that I'm from. But that's kind of neither here nor there. But yeah. So the homie King Yale, if you know King Yale, you know King Yale is a big bullshitter, homie. So I think maybe the weekend prior. Yeah, the weekend prior, we was at the homegirl Danisha house, which is Lil Ty Stick, Baby Ty Stick's cousin. My partner Dorian, Dana, that's their sister. She used to have these parties, man. So we went over there, and Danisha had a gang of fine ass homegirls, man. I don't know if she still do, but she did back then. So we was over there, and King Yale, he pretty much told one of them, basically, like, I don't know, he said something. We was all in the kitchen, and then me and her start talking. Now this girl, she fine in the motherfucker, like shit, like my skin tone, same color eyes, thick, you know what I mean, top, bottom, long, curly hair. I forgot baby's name. But anyways, I ended up cracking her. She was a few years older than me. I think at the time I might have been like, I think I was 23. I think I was 23 at the time. Yeah, and she was probably already like 28, something like that. But I ended up cracking her, you know what I mean, getting her number and all that. So the next week came, and King Yale hit me. Like I said, King Yale's a bullshitter. King Yale hits you today and make plans with you for an hour. An hour after y'all get off the phone, I'm finna meet you here, and you won't see King Yale until 3 weeks later. That's the type of shit he do. Like, nigga, I wouldn't be surprised if I would have called the nigga an hour later and he would have been like, nigga, I'm getting off the plane. I'm in Detroit. Exaggerating, it take longer than that, but he has done shit like that to me before. Like, hey bro, hit me. I hit the nigga, and I'm at the airport, you know what I mean, I'm in Dubai, some crazy shit. So so he hit me. He like, hey, oh, I'm leaving out a part. He was fucking with that girl's homegirl. So he was like, yeah, baby, they having a party for their friend tonight, and old girl gonna be there. So I'm like, for sure. So I text baby like, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull up on you tonight. She like, all right. So all that day we outside thugging. Like I said, it's a it's a hood day too, because it's the clique that I'm from. So and it's the annual motorcycle club event for the Black Sabbath and all that, when all the other motorcycle clubs come down. So the hood is just lit, it's popping. So I remember we went to National City. We was at Baby Bull House, and I remember for some reason he wasn't coming out. Usually he'd come outside. I don't know what he had going on. Him and his wife probably was going to do something. I don't know. But I remember he told me, he said, bro, you should take all that blue off, because I was blued up from head to toe, royal blue. He's like, you should take all that blue off and put on something else, because he knew we was going up there to the motorcycle club. I'm like, all right, nigga, I literally went home and just put on a black sweater. Dumb. So we ended up going. Did we go? No, we didn't go to the motorcycle club first. No, I think we did. I think we went to the motorcycle club for a little second, and then the females called him and was like, come over. So we ended up pushing over there, right there on University, behind the Food for Less, up on that hill, them apartments right there. That's where we went to. So we go over there, and you know, it's cracking. They having a little kickback, get together, whatever. It's hella bitches there. You know what I mean? Like, and it's only a few dudes, me, Ken Yale, and a few other little square motherfuckers. But it's the ratio is just how niggas like it. Like, it's probably 20 females and 7-8 niggas there. You know what I mean? So we chilling, we playing dominoes and shit. That was our little thing. Like, she played dominoes, I played dominoes. So I remember they was like, they gonna go to a bar in PB, Pacific Beach or Ocean Beach. I think it was PB. And I think it was they gay homie's birthday. I think it was his birthday. I don't know. They was going, they was like, y'all want to go? And I just remember we was both like, nah. Oh boy was, you know, nothing against him. He was just, you know, he was one of them. He was like super zesty. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just twerking and doing all kind of shit. You know, I don't know. We was just like, nah, we good. We gonna go to the hood. Big mistake. We should have went with them. But basically, they was like, all right, we gonna hit y'all when we get back to the house. So they leave. We push to the other little, I forgot what it was up there on Federal, on 47th and Federal, by the Coca-Cola. Was it JC's or something? It was like another little motorcycle thing. So we up there, and like I said, it was people from everywhere, from LA, San Bernardino, Riverside, Bakersfield, whatever, you name it. They was all down here. So I remember we was there, and this is like my first encounter with like LA females. This is when I was like, damn, they kind of different. They aggressive. You know what I mean? Like niggas. Cause I remember I was standing there talking to the homegirl Nana, and we might have been sipping, and the little event was over. And when it was over, we was walking out, and Nana was like ahead of me. And this the homegirl, we just chopping it up on some normal shit. And all of a sudden, I feel somebody grab my ass on me. So I spin around like, man, what the fuck? And it's one of the females. It was two females from LA. I just remember they was tatted. They face, neck, everything, sleeved up. They was tatted. And I remember, like, when I turned around, the little bitch was like, yeah, your bitch ain't gonna like that, huh? She ain't gonna like that. That's exactly how she was staring at me and talking to me aggressively. And I just like, what the fuck? Like, I just shook my head, and the homie laughing. King Yale had already got one of the other bitches' numbers. So he think the shit funny. I'm like, man, what the fuck? She's a little thick little thing, little chocolate thing. But so anyways, we leave there, we go back to the motorcycle club on Market Street. So when we get there, Ken Yale is calling the bitches because they had like a hotel room somewhere like Chula Vista or something. And he trying to go over there. He trying to get something new. And I'm just like, man, like, let's go over here with them other ones. That's a for sure. So I remember he called him. By this time, it's already like, I don't know, like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And he called them, and they like, we back at the house. Like, y'all gonna come over? She like, it basically, she was like, it's just me and the one I was talking to. And then I could hear the other one in the background asking where I was at. And then he right here with me. He could hear you. And then she like, oh, tell him to come back over so we could play dominoes. You know, flirtatious shit. We know where this is going to go, though. So I'm like, all right, we finna pull up. Now, I want to say a week before, possibly, or a few days before, my Auntie Mona, she had passed away. So we had seen her son, Juka, which is my cousin, and he was coming out the motorcycle club, and he seen us. Now, it's a bunch of older homies up there. It's not really no young niggas up there. So when he see me and Kenyelle, he like, what y'all doing? We like, oh, shit, we just got here, whatever, but we about to bounce. Now, unbeknownst to us, Juka thinking we finna hang out. So he tell his ride, leave, I got a ride. So now we about to leave, and he getting in, he trying to get in with us. I'm like, what's up, cuz, where you going? He like, shit, I'm rolling with y'all. I'm like, bro, I'm already on parole. We already got a blower in the car, homie. Like, nah. And he on GSU, which is Gang Suppression Unit. That's a unit of the San Diego Police Department that specifically targets gangs, harasses, discriminates, all kind of crazy stuff. They catch you doing one little thing that's a violation, and you go into jail. And they're not going to recommend the minimum. They're going to recommend the max. Like, a county year at the time was 8 months, 7 months, 20 days. I did 2 of them things, but pretty much 8 months. And some people got the full bullet, the full county year, where they had to do 365. It might have been 366, some crazy shit like that. But anyways, so he like, I'm rolling with y'all. So I'm telling the homie, like, man, we got to drop this nigga off. He, you know, he going through what he going through, and he's intoxicated on whatever he's on. But I'm like, we got to drop this nigga off. So Kenyelle thirsty ass is calling the other bitches, the LA bitches in Chula Vista. So we get on the freeway. One time it's hot everywhere. So we get on the 805. I'm like, all right, we cool. We out the danger zone. So we go down there. They're not answering. So we turn around. We coming back. Kenyelle getting off on Market Street. I'm like, bro, what is you doing, homie? Like, it was already getting late up there. So he like, I want to see if it's still cracking. Now, it's a little bit later at this time. It's probably like 2 or 3 or going on 3 o'clock. So we get off. We look to the left. We don't see nobody no more. It's kind of shut down. So instead of this nigga getting back on the 805 freeway, he make that right and go towards 47. Now, when we get to 47, we see a police going up 47. We see one at the light about to go west on Market Street. So I'm like, cuz, like, let's get up out of here. Like, they hot. So he like, all right, so we go up 47 past Gompers, and I'm like, he missed the freeway again. Like, bro, like, you could have got on the 94 and we could have got off on College. You know what I mean? So he bullshit. I don't know what was wrong with Kenyelle. Kenyelle, you get the blame for this because you was the driver. Juka, you get the blame because you was intoxicated, and then the blame go on me. You know what I mean? Them niggas is definitely more responsible for what happened. So, so as soon as we get like kind of by Rainbow, it's an alley right there. It was 2 cop cars sitting in that alley right there. So by the time we get right there to Federal, I see Kenyelle turn his music down. He look up, he go, oh shit. I'm like, what? I look up and I see the police. It's 2 of them. So we make that right. As soon as we make that right, they make that right. Nigga, they light us up. I'm like, ooh. He like, but I'm trying to find the blower, because the blower is, you know, it was somewhere where it shouldn't have been. It should have been put up in the spot. So I'm telling him, like, nigga, don't pull over yet. Let me find this motherfucker. So right when we get to 49th and Federal right there, he like, nigga, I'm about to pull over. I'm like, hold on, cuz I ain't found it yet. You know what I mean? He like, shit, I'm about to stop. So as soon as he stopped, nigga, I jump out the car. Pew! I'm out of here, homie. Or at least I think I'm out of here in my head. But this is another reason why I stopped smoking weed for a while, because I was smoking that night and I was drinking. And when I tell you I could not perform, bro, I fell like 3 times. As soon as I jump out the car, fell. Boom, got back up, fell. Boom, got back up, fell. Boom. I hit the first fence. They own me, though. I hear them. So I hit the fence, and then I try to hit the second fence, and I didn't have enough momentum. So I fell down, and then I tried to jump back up there. And all of a sudden, I felt them grab me. When they grabbed me, and they slung me into the trash cans. It was like a gang of trash cans. Nigga, like, you know how somebody spin and just throw you? So they threw me. I go flying into the trash cans, and they own me. They whooping my ass. There's about 4 or 5 of them, bro. Mostly body shots, but a couple was in my head and in my face. I remember once they kept saying, stop resisting, and I wasn't moving. They socking me all in my ribs and shit, making me move. And they, stop moving. And I'm like, bro, they gonna kill me in this backyard. So finally, I remember the last one came, and he was like, y'all got him? And they was like, yeah. He was out of breath. He was like, and then he got down on his hands and knees and punched me like 2 more times in my ribs. So then some dude come out the house. I don't know. He seemed like he was like a gang member or ex-gang member, but he was Mexican. He could have been like a ex-cholo or something. I don't know. But he came out the house like, yeah, I'm glad y'all got him. Before I would have got him, I would have shot him. Like, man, shut your mark ass up. Nigga, you supposed to be on my side. He's the police, nigga. You look like you bang. Nigga, you's a custard. But anyways, so they take me out. So I ain't saying nothing until we get in front of the police car where I know they're recording. Then I start popping my shit like, oh, man, y'all scandalous. Y'all some bitch ass niggas. Y'all had to jump me, whatever. I'm popping it. So then they're like, oh, this why you ran, because we found this. I'm like, I don't know what you talking about. Y'all planted that right there. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. They're like, so this ain't yours? I'm like, I ain't never seen that. Y'all scandalous. Y'all frame me. So so of course they take us downtown. Shit, we end up going to jail. The whole process, you know the process. You getting moved from cell to cell to cell. You know what I mean? Getting fingerprinted, all that. We get upstairs, go through booking. I think. Oh yeah, we got you know that room. If you've been in the San Diego County Jail, the room before you change out into your blues and you're on the free phone right there. I remember me and Kenyo, we calling homies. I think he called the females. They might have not answered. They could have been asleep because it's about 3, 4 in the morning by this point. So it might have even been like 6 in the morning. I don't know. You know, you lose track of time when you in there. So I remember we talking to homies like, nigga, we booked, whatever. And this nigga Juka was asleep. He was knocked out on the bench, and he all of a sudden just snapped out of his sleep. And he was like, cuz, where am I? He was like, what you mean, nigga? We in the county. He was like, cuz, that's dumb. And went right back to sleep. Like, I'm telling you, bro, we got moved from so many holding tanks, got fingerprinted and everything, got on the elevator, went upstairs, all that. And this nigga he still didn't know where he was at. So I don't know what he was on. But anyways, so right before we go to dress outs, they come get Kenyel because he belling out. He like, fuck this. I'm on parole. Juka on GSU. We can't go nowhere. So, yeah, we ended up, being in there. I think about a week go by. No, a couple days go by. Juka go to his first court date. When he go to his first court date, they let him go. They like, we gonna give you another chance because you know what you going through and all that. So here I am, always the nigga getting the short end of the stick when it comes to this type of stuff. I think that's when my mentality started to change, because I'm just sitting there like, man, I'm tired of this, homie. He bailed out. The judge let him go. This is when you can't do violations in the pen no more. You got to do your violations in the county. I go to the parole board in Bailey. They recommend, I think they can only give you 6 months was the max at the time, which you would do 30 days. So they gave me the max because I had like 4 violations. The way I was dressed, the gang members, the gun, the running, all kind of shit. I was faded. Yeah, I had a lot going on. So they give me 90 days. I do 76 days because the county was so crowded at the time they was giving out kicks. So I did 76 days on 90 days. I get out in May. Either the end of April or... No, I got out in May. Yeah, I got out in early May. So I'm out. I'm out for about 5 months. I'm chilling. I'm staying out the way. I go see my PO one day. I see the homie Lil Ice right there. Me and him chopping it up. Lil Ice, he go back there. He like, man, it's weird. I ain't supposed to see my PO today. He go back there. He don't come back out. But I go in like not too long after him. I go back there. I piss. I'm talking to my PO. He like, hey, man, you got to sign some papers for your annual coming up. My annual wasn't for like another month. I'm like, my annual to see if I can get off. He like, yeah, you just got to sign these papers real fast. I'm like, all right, for sure. But in my head, I'm like, man, what the nigga? I must have went back there and the door was cracked, and I heard people say this how they get you. So the door was cracked. He like, yeah, go through that door right there. So I opened the door, and it's like 6 of them inside of there. They hurry up and grab me, and then they came out from the rooms next door and blocked me off so I couldn't run. And yeah, he told me some bullshit about something, basically like, oh man, you probably just gonna have a 24-hour hold. SDPD want to come talk to you about something. I'm like, what, nigga? Why they can't come talk to me right here? He like, man, I ain't got no parole hold on you. Don't trip. So I go down to the car, and Lil Ice in the back seat. He in the back seat with his PO. They put me in the front. He in the back with his PO. They take us in the same car to jail. We go get booked in, and then sure enough, when I get there, they like, oh, we don't know, you ain't got no parole violation, no new charges, no nothing. I'm like, smooth, that's velvet right there, so I'm chopping it up with Lil Ice. We bullshitting, we on the phones, whatever. We get upstairs to booking. The lady like, yeah, charging me with the possession of a firearm. I'm like, what? I'm like, nah, this is old. You know what I mean? Like, I did a violation for this a few months ago. You must be confused. She like, man, you got court on this day. Take it up with them. I'm like, what? That nigga played me. Long story short, they gave me 4 years. Yeah. So that's how I caught that case in 2012, and I didn't see the streets until March of 2015. So, yeah, man, we went from hanging out with these females to getting booked into the county jail. That was not cool. That's what happens when you living in street life, man. But that was definitely a wake-up call for me. And, yeah, oh, girl, whoever you are, if you see this, I need you, baby. Come back in my life. All right, man, I'm out, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm gone.